There we go. Okay, so John says Instagram won't be left out. We were talking all about how Instagram has now dropped, or they are currently dropping their brand new platform edition called Reels, which is basically their version of TikTok. It is 15-second videos set to music, basically the same thing because we know they like to, if they can't buy a platform, they like to recreate it, just like they did with Instagram stories and Snapchat. So now we have Reels coming out. It is releasing in August for us in the US. It's already out in some countries, and we're going to be able to do some of that over on Instagram. John wants to know, should we be posting the same videos to Reels as to TikTok? So that's a really good question, John. Should we be using the same content? And I actually jumped in and answered, John, but I want to tell you guys too, when it comes to TikTok and when it comes to Instagram, these are very different platforms. These are very different platforms and very different cultures, very different followers and very different interactions. So for the most part, you are not going to be doing the same types of content. Now, if you are an entrepreneur and you are creating educational content, yeah, you're probably going to have some very similar things and there will be more crossover, but TikTok is a very, very, very different environment, and you should be doing a lot more of TikTok than you should of Instagram Reels. Now, we know that Instagram Reels is going to have their own Discover page, very much like the For You page on TikTok, but we want to make sure that we are going with the culture of the community on the platform that we're posting. So TikTok is very, very different than Reels. You will have a little bit of crossover. I would say maybe 10% of that content you can put on both platforms on different days so that it's not at the same time, so that people actually have the opportunity to see it in different ways. But for the most part, you're going to be creating unique content to each platform because you are a little bit freer over on TikTok and a little bit more structured over on Instagram, and you have very different clientele on both of those platforms. So you just want to take that into consideration. And remember, I know this sounds like a lot of work to do TikToks and to do Reels and to do a lot of TikToks, 5 to 7 per day, but these are like 8 to 12 second videos. Those are what perform best right now. So if you're posting 5 to 7 videos at 8 to 12 seconds each, and you're literally just kind of talking about points, you're giving educational things, you're doing some entertaining things, you're doing some lip syncs, you're doing maybe some dancing, this doesn't take you very long to create. I have gone viral multiple times in the last couple of days. In the last 3 days, I've gone viral 2 times, and I've had thousands and thousands of views on my other things. But it's only taken me a couple of seconds to create these videos. This is not a big, long, involved process. So when you're doing this, if you're doing maybe one of the transition videos, or you're doing a dance, or you're doing like a very extensive lip sync, or you're like cosplaying yourself, sure, that's going to take a little more time, a little more effort, but you don't have to do that every single time. It can literally just be you delivering a couple of fast action tips to your people, or a little bit of information, or just a very simple lip sync, and it really only has to take you under a minute to create these with errors. So when I'm creating my videos, most of them I do in under 1 or 2 minutes, and that's if I mess up a couple times and I want to do a couple of different takes, and I can create it inside of the app, or I can create it outside of the app and import it in. But make sure you check out that video because that's going to be really helpful. John, great question. Highly recommend creating unique content to each, and every once in a while you can do some crossover content, but that's actually going to drive people to your other platforms as well. So that's just good business practices. That's just smart thinking. If you do one type of content here and then drive them over to the other platform, you're going to get more fans all around. All right, we hung out with Yes to Tech this week, and she said, this has totally happened to me before, and I got so confused. Thanks for explaining. We were talking about what happens when you go on Instagram, and all of a sudden you're missing features that other people seem to have, like the ability to screen share while you're live streaming. A lot of people are confused about why they don't have that ability, or if they had it and it disappeared, so we broke down exactly why that happens and how to get around it inside of this video. Yes to Tech, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you being here. Damien jumped on and said, great information on TikTok. I will definitely start paying more attention. We were talking all about TikTok and Instagram Reels in that video. Make sure you check it out because it is a good one. And there's a lot of ways that you can learn from one platform to work on the other platform to really grow, because we know Instagram's going to spend a ton of time promoting Reels because that is a new space that they can then insert ads for people. So if you are creating Reels, you are going to get more bang for your buck on your organic reach because they're really going to strongly push that out as soon as they release it to the US. It's not released to the US yet, but it is coming. They said it is in August, and they're testing it out in other countries right now. So we know a little bit about it, but it's coming to us soon. So learn while you can. Forza Horizon 4 Gamer commented, "Can I do it on PC from the mobile version of the site?" We were talking about screen sharing on Instagram Live, and the answer to that is no. Right now, Instagram does not have a ton of their stuff over on their website, and you can't really do it on the mobile version on your PC. This is directly from your phone. It is configured to work with your phone. So if that's something that you want to do, if you want to be screen sharing while you're live streaming, you got to do it from your phone, and you have to have a phone that actually works with the ability to screen share, which we talk all about in those videos. So make sure you are checking those out as well if you want helpful tips on how to kind of get around that, or what content you need to be creating to work with it or work around it, what types of phones, all those fun, fabulous things. The real estate informant jumped on and chatted with us this week and said, "This happened to me a few times and it can be downright frustrating. Thanks for showing us a way around this." We were talking about how not to get blocked on Instagram, because there are certain things, certain actions, and certain ways of engaging that can get you blocked or shadow banned on Instagram. You don't want that to happen to you. So check that out. This side. Check that out so that you know what to avoid to make sure you do not get yourself blocked over on Instagram. Yes, Fitness jumped in and said, "This happened to me and I wasn't sure what happened. Thank you for sharing." We were talking all about those missing Instagram features and how to get around it. We had another great comment that says, "I don't see the option to share images when I'm live. Is it because I'm on Android?" So when you're screen sharing on Instagram Live and you can't get access to it, yeah, it's probably because you are on an Android. This is made for iPhones, and some Androids I have seen a huge spike in my book sales. I have seen a huge spike in people signing up for my newsletter. And I will say this is something I discovered last night on one of the platforms where I put my books out. So there are two different places that you can put your books out and then get paid and get your numbers from them. So on the one platform, in the first 3 days of August, it outperformed and brought in more money than the entire month before in 3 days, specifically because of what I've been doing on TikTok. So is TikTok valuable to you? 100% yes. Get your business on TikTok is going to be incredibly helpful. All right, moving on. Oops, one too many. There we go. Did I jump? I did. Here we go. Last one. Rebecca jumped in and said, "Can we do this on iPhone iMovie?" So if you've got the iMovie app on your phone, can you create vertical video? Now, I don't use the iMovie app. One would assume they would have the ability to rotate your footage through there. I will say that the other apps that I use, specifically Adobe Premiere Rush, actually lets you have your cloud on so that you can do work on your computer, but you can also do work on your phone, and it translates over. So it has the same abilities on both of those platforms. I would assume that it also has that on iMovie, but I recommend way more than iMovie. And I used to be an iMovie user until I discovered I had access to Adobe Premiere Rush. I highly recommend using Adobe Premiere Rush, or you can use Video Shop. These are two good apps that you can be using. Video Shop is definitely more limited than Rush. If you are going to be subscribing to one of these, I 100% recommend Adobe Premiere Rush. And again, if you've got the Adobe Cloud, the Creative Cloud Suite, you have access to this for free already, as well as a whole bunch of really cool apps for your phone that can connect to cloud and allow you to do your work on both your desktop and on your phone while you're traveling and doing things and like waiting in parking lots. And it's a good thing. I highly recommend it. But make sure you were checking those out. You can be using things like iMovie, but I have found that Adobe Premiere Rush is not only easier, it is way more effective and gives you a lot more options. So I was not happy with iMovie. I was using it because it was easy and available to me. Adobe Premiere Rush, so much better. Now, if you are joining me live, you know we are live every single Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern, answering your questions in real time. I know that I have not been here for the last week or two because I have been moving, and I thank you for your grace and patience as I moved to a brand new state. My office is not set up, so I am outside today, but I would love to get your social media questions answered. We're talking about Instagram, we're talking about TikTok, we're talking about Facebook, we're talking about YouTube, your newsletters, your blogs, your website, all those things that you need to create a profitable business through smart social media marketing. So hit that subscribe and notification bell, and we will get your questions answered in real time right here every single Wednesday on our YouTube page and on our Facebook page, because we are now simulcasting. Thank you, BeLive, for that brand new feature and function. And we are going to be answering your questions in real time. So go ahead and hit me up. What are your social media questions? What do you want to know about TikTok? Because we're about to dive into a deep dive mastermind version of how to succeed on TikTok. I'm doing it right now. You can do it with me. I even have a collaborations group that I am about to open up to you guys as well. And I'm starting to work with some really cool people over on TikTok, and we're going to bring you guys into it. So stay tuned, because TikTok help is coming. You can grow just like me. Literally within 2 weeks, I'm getting 30,000 views on some of my videos within 24 hours, and you can do that as well and grow your business and see your numbers shoot up as well. So thanks so much for joining me. I hear that the construction is kind of getting started, so if you guys can hear that, apologies. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, hit the subscribe and notification bell, and I will see you